Small-town business owners Wyatt and Lance Bush teamed together to form Kravenedkustoms, a father and son duo scavenging the web along with Northeast Texas woods in search of rusty relics. While buying and building on a budget, they recreate and preserve hidden patina, giving each one a story of its own. With the help from God, these guys are turning rust.
This looks like the place.
Yeah.
Pretty stinking straight. Judging by the paint difference, it had a fender bender at some time though.
Yeah.
But I don't really see any kind of rust through. How's that side look?
Dark, but it looks straight.
It does. Huh. Yeah, ain't even really no major dents or anything. I love the old camper top on it. Pretty complete inside. Phew, it smells terrible though. See how one could smell that bad with the window down.
Depends on what's been living in it.
True. Probably a bunch of rat pee. It's got an engine in it. Try to move some of this stuff off.
Yeah,
Check it
maybe.
out. Just need some penetrating oil. Yep. V8.
Yes.
Probably a 318 or 360 maybe.
Yeah. Somebody's been doing something to it though.
Radiator.
Stealing something.
Radiator's gone, ain't it?
Yep.
Yep. I bet you somebody stole that off for scrap metal. Well, that ain't no count.
Yeah.
See a dipstick?
Oh, yeah, right there, right in front of me. It's dark, dark, but it's
full, huh? Or is it over full? Yeah, it's
way over full.
full.
Yep.
Huh. Maybe gas. Definitely ain't water. Smell like gas?
Smell like oil.
Yeah, maybe it's just over full. Automatic. Woo, wood bees.
Yeah, I heard one a while ago. I thought that's what's being protecting on it is the wood bees keeping everybody away.
Ain't bad on the inside. Dash is in pretty good shape. Seats wore out.
Yeah. That's back before they came out with that next body style that had the terrible dashes.
Yeah. 23,000 miles, so at least 123.
Right.
Stereo's still in it. Man, it stinks in here. Phew. Smells like B.O. I don't think that's me. Yeah, this camper's pretty cool.
Haven't seen nothing in there.
Oh, there's a radiator.
Oh yeah?
Huh. I wonder why then. Man, it is clean back here.
Yeah, it's got the bed liner.
I bet you this top and bed liner's been in this thing all its life. There's a fan too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Radiator don't look the greatest shape. Look at that. Wow. 2 hubcaps.
Depends on which side you want to put them on.
Sonic side. Oops. Man, body-wise though, this thing is really good shape.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they pulled that radiator, if it was getting hot on them and they were going to get it repaired, or. But they've got the fan off too, and the hose. That water pump looks like it could have been maybe replaced.
It doesn't look as grimy as the other.
Dirt daubers, huh?
Dirt dauber refuge. We have to.
Little bitty old carburetor.
Yep.
Well,
Luckily,
we've definitely,
Luckily, no rats. I mean,
I know, that's what I was just about to say. We've definitely messed with a lot worse. Wires look good. I don't really see rat turds, mainly just dirt daubers. Yeah, dust. Well, we want to try to dig into it, see what we can get going or not going.
Yeah, I think there's enough here to
tell us something, ain't it?
tell us something.
If anything, it's definitely a good shell to, you know, switch out drivetrain in for sure.
Yeah.
Pull the truck up and start getting some tools. So we're out here in Northeast Texas and just laid eyes on this old 1986 Dodge pickup truck. A friend reached out to us that was interested in selling the truck for only $800. Going around the truck, it appears to have some really good bones, but we're uncertain if this truck's going to run for us. It's been parked since around 2008, and we have no idea of what the reasoning might be of why that happened. At this point, we're just going to go ahead and grab some tools, dive right in. Hopefully we can see if this thing will run, and if it runs well enough, we're going to try to make a trip back to the shop with it. Actually has a battery tray that ain't rusted out.
That's not a good start on anything, man. Usually if it starts out good, we usually wrestle something.
I mean, really though, this truck, as far as having solid sheet metal, I've yet to see a spot that's rusted out. Which we don't mess with these old Dodges enough to know where those spots are. I just can't get over how straight this truck is. Uh-oh, swing stuck up underneath.
Normally that would be the bench seat in what we find.
Yeah. Let's pull these plugs out so we don't, you know, turn it over dry. Get some oil down in there, I guess.
Okay.
Like to try to keep them in order best we can, but looks like they're the 13/16 plugs. I broke a spark plug wire.
Yeah, I got a feeling one of these here is like that.
I mean, we might be able to fix it though. Very back one. Well, might be best just to go ahead and put new plugs and wires on it though. Especially since how we're going to try to drive it home if it'll run.
Right. Yeah. They have got a grip on them.
Really?
Yep, this one did the same thing.
The back one?
Nope, next to the last one. Yep.
Boy, I'm telling you, them dirt daubers went to town on this engine. They are all over the place. There's that.
Still. There it goes. I don't know, that one feels funny too.
Not terrible.
No?
Some carbon buildup, but back. I can't quite get mine out.
This front one on mine has been tight all the way.
Really?
Yep.
I wonder if it's cross-threaded. Yeah, they're not bad. They're all, one good thing about it is they all look the same. You know?
Right.
They do have a little bit of carbon buildup, but they're not inconsistent on any cylinder. Now, one thing that concerns me is the radiator being off, possibly the water pump being replaced. You know, how hot did the truck get?
Right.
Before they realized it had some issues on that.
Yeah.
Choke works. And that works. Trying to get that cleaned up where if you turn it over, don't accidentally suck some of it down in there. I guess when dirt daubers make those little clods, are they like the nest or something? For...
I think they're storing food in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Which means they almost have to wait until it rains or it gets wet again to get the food back out of them. Maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing.
Got yours out?
Yeah, got mine out finally.
Squirt some oil down in there, you think?
Yep.
I didn't even notice. Is there any keys in it?
I have no idea.
Yep, keys are in it. Actually turned on too.
Uh-oh. Means the battery's dead.
I didn't bring the deal to check the compression, but surely we can.
You ain't got fingers?
Yeah. I guess I'm being super optimistic on this though, and feeling like it's just going to turn over and not be locked up.
Yeah.
I think that's because it has so much oil in it.
And we're adding more.
Yeah. Ooh. That alternator's froze up. Is the water pump turning? Yeah. I'm just gonna see if the starter works on it, I guess. I mean, we can try to get you wanna try to get something on that crank? Just to see?
I don't know, I mean.
If the starter does it, that kind of saves us a step,
saves a step there. And
I guess let's hook the cables up. I got the key off, so it shouldn't be powering anything. You need a 1/2 inch or something.
I think it'll snug enough to.
No sparks?
I don't know. No sparks. Either the battery's dead or everything's off.
I think we're good. Not sucking up any trash. I guess I'll see what it does. Nothing's in the way. All right. Nothing. Let me just try to turn it. I just turned it on to, the accessory.
Here's something.
Starter on this side?
Yeah. See if I can't give it a little friendly.
I just don't know why we don't have any lights in here though. Tell me real quick, does the headlights come on? No?
No.
Huh. Something ain't right. Can you see it to tap on it? I'll try it real quick.
Okay. Hear it up here in the.
Huh?
I hear it up here on the fender clicking, yeah, in that little relay there.
Check the on the battery cables. Let's just make sure. Sometimes you can wiggle them. I have a bad. Boy, that is a small ground
Little bitty
wire.
ground, yeah.
We may have to get a bigger ground than that.
This is what's clicking, so.
That's what's clicking. I say it's just weird to me why I ain't getting any kind of lights on the inside.
Unless somebody stole all the fuses.
Maybe. Ooh. Well, the fuse panel is just kind of laying out here, but it does have fuses in it. Some missing, but this is what's doing it though?
Yep.
I mean, this could be our whole issue to everything. Which, yeah, we can get on the starter and see if it'll at least, turn over. Because if the motor's locked up and we're fighting electrical problems.
That may be what we're fighting now. Is
you want me to grab the, it could be. It just doesn't sound like it because it'd be clicking down there rather than up here, I feel like. Let me grab that little starter switch and get on the starter and see if we can turn it over like that. Yeah. But I doubt we'll be getting any kind of fire juice to the coil there. But we'll know it's turning over and we're not fighting wires on a locked up engine. So here is our starter. Best you can see, we got two wires coming off of it here. The main wire that we got running off the battery, and then this one's going to be the wire that's supposed to run to the ignition switch that we're going to hook this starter button up into and hopefully see it turning over and just bypass ignition for right now. Alright, let me get out from underneath it though. Try it.
Yep, I don't know what flew out.
Did it just stop or did you stop?
No, I quit.
Try it again or?
Yeah, like I said, something blew out from up here. That's the reason I just let off the button because I wanted to make sure it was just dirt dauber, but yeah.
Starter don't sound the greatest, does it? That was like a wind-up toy.
Yep.
That starter runs 30 seconds after you let off of it. Still spinning. Ooh, scared me.
Got good compression on this side.
Yeah. This one seems that way too. I'm just going to see if for some strange reason now it might work off the key. Oh, yeah, we got a oil light. We at least got a dash light now. I'm going to try it, okay? You clear?
I'm clear.
Still not. to make sure it didn't for some reason have some kind of a park sensor, you know?
Right.
It worked?
It worked.
There it goes. Cool.
So just
Still no dash lights, well, other than the oil light. Doing it again. That's going to be some kind of a relay. Oh, there it goes.
Yep.
Yeah. That's probably just a little starter relay. So I wonder though, we know we probably need to replace that if we can get one, because it's going to give us problems. We probably need to make sure though we're getting power to the ignition side of things though, you know?
right.
Check it.
Got it.
Let me go turn the key on. It should be in the run position. So we should have 12 volts. Yep. And kill it off and make sure that it will kill the power. Should be no voltage to it now. Yep. Cool. I think we're at that spot where we need to go get some spark plugs and plug wires and start a relay if they've got it. I guess just make a plan of everything we might possibly need.
Yeah, looks like maybe some hoses or a hose.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we better dig around and see what all we got on the radiator side of things too, huh?
Right, yeah.
See what we got and make a game plan. So we know we got a radiator here. I just don't know if that thing's gonna hold water.
It don't look like it would, but that's probably what we need.
Upper hose, clutch fan. Huh. There's a piece of trim that goes on the side door. Well, there's a clutch fan and a hose. I think that would maybe hold the radiator at the top. And there's two fan shrouds, and then there's another air breather back here. I don't know if this...
Luckily the bolts are still in there for this. So.
I don't know if that went to that or not. Looks like it, but... Anyways. So that's gonna be our...
This thing comes out on the opposite side of than the top one.
Oh yeah. Staring me right in the face. So there's the upper. The lower's gonna come off right there. One way or the other, I guess like that.
Yep, like that, yep.
And then, oh, you said some heater hoses?
Yeah.
What about?
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna need a little 90-degree one right there.
Yeah.
That goes to that. I don't see any bolts for to hold the, I don't even know what would hold the radiator on there.
There's one over there, down low, but I don't know if that's, no, here's
Well,
one.
that radiator didn't have no side brackets
sure
on it.
didn't.
It's all messed up on the side. Dirty socks, that's nasty. That's probably what I'm smelling. Oh, is that them? It looks like them. Yep, but they're
Disassembled?
that epoxy's been, so I don't know, they were probably in the process of fixing that radiator. Look at there. It's that hose, ain't it?
Yeah, that looks like it. Huh.
This stuff looks like pretty much just trash. Will that be it? Is that what?
Looks like it'll fit.
Okay, so we got a questionable radiator. Most of the hoses, really no hose clamps. And an engine that'll turn over.
We got everything for a ride home.
Yeah. All right, let's make a list. Pick up what we can and complain about what we forgot. So a couple $100 later, we've got some more parts to move forward with this truck. Got some fresh oil filters, heater hose here, fuel hose, spark plug wires, spark plugs, transmission fluid, belts, just about everything we could think of to try to move forward on this truck. Now they didn't have the starter relay in stock, so hopefully that thing's gonna keep working for us. If not, we're just gonna have to bypass it. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and put the new spark plugs in, change the oil, and just move on from there.
Right on the bottom of the oil pan? You right on the bottom of the oil pan?
Yeah. I really dread having to go up underneath here and lay on all that mess, but fortunately you can't drain the oil from the top of the engine. You gonna get those plugs put in there?
Yeah, I get these put in, and then I should be done about 30 minutes after you do.
I may have to dump this pan a couple times as much oil as it looked like it had in it.
True, yeah.
You know though, there ain't no oil up underneath this truck. Even the transmission pan's pretty clean.
Isn't it weird that some of them just, you can't make stop leaking, the other ones just won't.
It's clean underneath there, it really is. And the floor pans look really good. Bunch of spiders living up underneath here. That oil is dark though, man. It smells a little gassy to me.
At my age, a little gassy is normal.
It looks like everything's gonna catch in that one pan. I don't know how in the world. Did we bring a oil filter wrench?
Yes, it should be over there somewhere.
Might have to try to squeeze by you at oil filters
Okay.
over here. I think I'd almost just rather be laying flat out on the ground outside. It's been a little while since that oil filter's been changed though. Oh. How's that going?
Pretty good. Got one more to go after this one and then just snug them.
Well.
I didn't know if that was going to snug up or not.
I know one thing, I'm glad them wood bees don't really try to sting you, because I'm sure they'd be painful.
They sound like they would be painful. I mean, they're big enough to
As
carry.
big as those things are. And they are all over out here. Judging by how much oil's in this pan, Dad, I think our dipstick might be
Wrong kind.
wrong, yeah. Because there's really not that much. I'll show you here. See?
Oh yeah, no, that's not.
It is extremely black, but That ain't near as much as what it looked like on the stick.
Right.
I should be ready to put some fresh oil down in it. Whoa, gosh. That's what I was trying not to do. Well, I got the front spark plugs good and old.
Okay. Talking about how there was no oil leaks or anything underneath it.
Yeah, I'll fix that just now. But if it starts leaking, we can blame it on me at this point. We want to just replace these just wire by wire, pull it out.
I think so.
Match the length. Can't get it. I can crawl up in there if you need me to.
Got it started. There we go.
Could be shorter. Oh, that's a coil. That's
No, I got the coil over here.
I thought it had the same thing on both ends.
Oh, it does. Huh. Got 2 coil wires in.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. I think I can make this one work. Or just the one I just pulled off.
Yeah.
Should be able to make it work then.
Yeah.
Huh? We'll see what's up inside this distributor. The rotor don't look too bad. It's good because we didn't buy one. Yep, electronic. Let me go ahead and clean this rotor up though. It is a little rusty. You want me to just disconnect the where the line runs back to this factory tank, and we'll run fresh fuel into it? Because I doubt that we'd ever want to pump up the fuel that's in it.
Probably, yeah.
I'll just disconnect the hose that runs from the tank to the fuel pump, I guess. No fuel in it, so that's good. I've got all those.
Yep.
So we've got fresh oil, new plugs, new spark plug wires. They want to check and see if it's getting spark before we try to put any fuel to it.
That way we're not flooding it and then deciding to check it.
If it's not getting any fire, with that being that electronic ignition, I don't know, it kind of looked like, I don't know if you could clean inside there on that, you know, the part of the distributor inside there where it kind of got surface rust all up on it, or what we'd have to do. Hopefully it'll just be getting fire.
Right.
Alrighty. Let's see if that relay still works for us. Ready?
Yeah. Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing? Huh. Nothing, huh?
Nothing.
I don't know. Unless the module that runs the distributor, which I don't know what we've got going where. This thing, does it have a, yeah, it's got a computer back there in that fender.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. I hope that computer's not bad on it. Let me pull that back off and see if I can tell how it works a little better. I don't know if I can clean these or not and make any difference. Say, I doubt that'll do any good, but it's worth a shot. Where's that rotor guy? Ooh, let's see what that does or doesn't do. I sure hope we don't have a bad computer. Nothing, huh?
Nothing. Yeah, it's no spark. I'm not getting shocked. So.
We're gonna have to chase down some stuff and see why we're not. We know we're getting power to our coil, but we're not getting it
Beyond.
to that electronic ignition, or something with that electronic ignition is not working right. So me and Dad just messed around with the wiring on this truck, trying to figure out why we weren't getting any spark. Obviously we have some kind of an electrical issue that's causing it to not spark the way it needs to. From what I've read up on these trucks, what we have here is called a lean burn system, which is actually just basically going to be an early computer that they started putting in these Dodges. It's hard to see it, but in this fender well, we've got our ECM, which basically is going to control the spark at our distributor there. Now, some of the earlier models would have actually had an ignition control module mounted on the firewall or possibly the fender there. With us looking out and getting this one with a computer, we just don't have that. So we could go ahead and try to replace our distributor here. What's inside that distributor that allows the controlling the spark in there just could be bad. So we might go ahead and just try to replace the distributor, see if that fixes it. If that don't fix it, I really don't want to mess with trying to get a new computer in this truck. At that point, our best bet, I feel like, is just to go ahead and replace this computer system with an older style that'll actually have our ignition control module up there. So at this point, I think we're just going to run up to our local pickers, see if they might happen to have some trucks like this we can rob some parts off of, and hopefully if they've got what we need, we'll be able to get back here, pop them in place, and hopefully hear this truck run after 15 years.
I used to have a job, but I got laid off. I used to have a wife, but she said she had enough. I used to have a car, but it got repossessed. It seemed the Lord had found someone he likes to test. I've lost all the man could lose, that's why I sing the blues.
Dodge section anyways. Looks like this one here has pretty much already been stripped pretty good though, huh?
Yeah, it looks like the goodies are gone.
It's got an engine in it though.
Oh yeah?
All the wiring harness is going.
Carburetor's missing.
Carburetor's here. I don't know that'd be much better than what we got though. No radiator. I don't think this one will do us much good.
Some more right over there, yeah.
This thing had no exhaust up underneath it.
I Now there's nowhere to be found. I used to have money to buy what I need. Now the only thing I got is an alimony fee.
Oh, and there's a step side. Tell it's been sitting somewhere forever.
Yeah, looks like something we'd be looking for.
No, is this something we've already rescued?
No radiator.
No. This one has the ignition module there though.
Oh yeah.
So this one wouldn't have had the computer or whatever distributor in it.
Yeah.
So we could steal that module if we need to, but the harness coming off of it's kind of, I mean, I guess it's salvageable, but you can tell it's pretty dry, huh?
Yeah.
We need that, the ballast resistor, and the harness there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think there's a brown one down here. I'm honestly surprised they have this many to pick from.
I know it, yeah.
That one looks a lot better. It's got, well, the exterior of it does, but you can see where it's puked up the guts up underneath there.
Got hot or something.
I think we could probably steal that harness off of it and that ballast resistor, just cut it. Distributors in this. Man, we could take the distributor out, I guess.
Yeah, once again, no radiator.
Hey, it does have the little starter relay though.
Oh yeah, that would be handy.
So get the starter relay, ignition module, harness, distributor. That's got an alternator.
Yeah.
It's got that pump there too, but so I guess, hey, that belt does just run down beside it there. You know, we weren't sure.
Looked like it was close. I started to say it looked like it's got a bumper on it, maybe.
Was that one missing the back bumper?
Yeah, it's missing one. That's pretty good shape.
It ain't bad, is it? Yeah.
Well, another one.
That one's got a bumper too if you wanted the more farm truck look.
Right.
Well, inside anyway.
Got a radiator though.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that radiator worked. The alternator looks pretty stinking new on it. I don't know what year this one was as far as if the wire's in the same, but it looks the same.
That'd be an 88.
Belts, bunch of stuff we've already bought that we could go ahead and get off of it, I guess. Take that other back. This one had the computer.
Had the computer, yeah. Oh.
It's different than ours though. I feel like the plugs are different.
Well, looks like we can get something off of almost all of them.
Yeah, for sure that radiator will definitely help. Let's go grab some tools. So surprisingly enough, there's actually 3 or 4 of these old first-gen Dodges out here. Going through most of them, a lot of them have been picked through, but I definitely think there's going to be some parts we can use on this truck. So we're just going to start pulling those off. Anything that we might think of along the way, we're just going to pull that off as well. So that way, once we get back to the truck, hopefully we can install these new parts, hear it turn over, hear it run, and hopefully drive this thing back to the house. Full of ants. Ain't using that one. So now that we're back at the truck with the parts we were able to round up, I'm really not sure that we did much good. Here's our ignition module, but once I pulled it off the truck, It's just terrible. There's no way this thing's gonna work. But if we go this route, we'll need this plug that's on it. So I'll be able to splice into this harness here and just replace our module. So that was super handy to get that. I believe I've got somewhere in here, this should be our starter relay. We can try that out to see if that fixes the issue of it turning over. We've got a ballast here. Of course, we got our alternator because that other one was just locked up. Inside here, I did go ahead and just order us a new distributor. Fact being, when we got out there, all the trucks seemed to have distributors in them, but they looked way worse than what we already have here, including one that was completely full of fire ants. We did find the gold prize here of a radiator, which I'm hoping will bolt right in place, and we won't have to worry about this truck possibly overheating again in the future. Up front here, I think our approach is going to be to go ahead and replace our starter relay, just because I don't want to keep working on this truck and find out for some reason it was just as simple as replacing that. But beyond that, we've got this engine set at top dead center, so we'll be able to pull out our old distributor, set the new distributor down in there, and hopefully one of those two items will allow us to get fire. If not, we got to start figuring out how we're going to rig in this ignition module and bypass this computer on the truck. At least something like this is all it was, but I don't think so. It just didn't plug in there as well. Guess I'll see what it does, huh?
Or don't.
Still no lights in here. Ready?
Yep.
Nothing?
Nothing out here.
I didn't figure it would. I think that's only controls the starter, but I just didn't want to chance that maybe if it did have something to do with the ignition.
Well, this was kicking off and on.
Right, yeah.
Randomly working, randomly not.
Let's get it back at top dead center and pull that distributor out.
Okay.
Got that. You want to grab that other distributor, so kind of when I pull this out, I can just switch them out, hopefully. Try not to drop this clamp and bolt. So all we need is to lose that.
You need the cap off?
Yeah, because I'll have to put it in there the same direction we've got it pointing to that #1 cylinder. Looks like it's about kind of at the 530 mark, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and try to pull this one out.
Okay.
Don't feel like it's got a very long shaft. Does it look the same? Yeah. Looks a lot better on the inside, don't it?
Yeah. Watch them little ear clip things, they just slide
These?
in. Yeah, they're trying to.
Here.
Okay.
Alright, now if I can get it put back in there the same. We were out like that. Was there a gasket or anything? Oh, it's alright, it's got that seal. Yeah, I think that's it. Looks about the same spot, don't it?
Looks like it.
I think that's about right. Well, I lucked out on getting that clamp on there right the first time. This really won't take too long if this
if this was the issue. But even if it's not the issue,
It looked like there was a lot of slack in it when you...
yeah, I think it needed to be replaced. Alright, that's got it plugged in there. I'll need them clips. Hopefully they ain't gonna be too hard to get back on it.
Right, let me set this down real quick over here so that it's out of the way and still safe.
It's about like that. Plug back in that coil wire. Need to run that a little different if it works, but that should tell us. I don't have it real tight, you know,
Right.
on the bolt.
Let me put that plug back in and
Turn it over, huh? Here we go.
nothing.
It's almost got to be that computer.
Yeah.
I was hoping that it'd just be, you know, the distributor. I'm pretty sure that coil is fine.
Yeah.
But
It just doesn't make sense. It just, I mean, not only we're not getting fire, but we're not getting any lights. Something.
well, I mean, though, if that computer,
True.
it could just be completely shot where it's not working any of it, but unless it's, I don't know. It's kind of a weird time when they were experimenting with stuff, you know?
Surely it's not a ground. I mean, it's just on the frame there. It's just laying there, but
That's it, ain't it?
I think that's it.
That's a stinking stereo. Yeah.
You gotta see the light come on.
Yep. Radio works. Hey, are the headlights working?
Just sit, let me see if I can get this to hang on there without me having to sit here and.
Wow. Well, I mean, if that wasn't the issue, it's a issue. I don't know what's clicking over here.
I think it's.
Oh, it's a blinker. And a park light. Yeah, this park light's working. This park light's working. Yeah, the park lights are working, but no headlights. I'm just curious, though. Let me get some kind of a clamp there. And just see if that fixes our fire issue. Because at this point, I could kind of care less about the headlights.
Right. Yeah.
If that thing sparks now. You ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
Yep.
Wow. So I wonder if our distributor was bad or not. Which we know it had a ton of slack in it.
Yes, it was. It looked worn.
We're getting fire. I know that distributor is not going to be exactly where it needs to be, though. I just kind of guessed it, putting, you know, it's in the right notch, but it'll probably need to be turned a little bit. Well, praise God. Turning over, getting fire. We want to put a little fuel down in it, try to tweak that distributor, turn it.
Yeah, I mean, at least give it a try. See if it's gonna,
yeah.
At least try to crank.
Right.
It may not run, but it should.
Yeah, let's get a little gas and put down in that carburetor. Linkage is working. It's full, huh?
Shows to be full.
All right. You want me to turn it over and you mess with the distributor, or?
Yeah.
Make sure I am in park, which I know I am. Hey, I'm gonna try to see if I can run it with the pedal in here,
Okay.
if it cranks. Ready?
Yeah.
Wow. She's gonna run. Honestly, it sounded real close on the distributor, don't it?
I sprayed it.
It's only running off that, huh? I don't think it's squirting
I don't think so either.
fuel you put down in the bowl. Man, it stinks. You smell it? That smells weird. Ready?
Yeah.
It's only running off what you're spraying, ain't it?
I think so.
Can you hear if it's squirting? Oh, the fans. Let me turn that stuff
Okay,
off.
yeah.
I done tried turning everything on inside there, which is good at knowing a lot of this stuff works. Wow.
Park light still on?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
All right, radio. There you go. Can you hear it squirting?
Truck it by. Something's.
I hear something, but it sure sounds dry. I don't know if it ain't all that dirt around the outside. But you should be able to kind of just keep it. It needs a rev though to adjust that distributor, but from what I can tell, I think we're pretty close.
Diamond's off somewhere in it.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, some blow by, huh?
Yeah. Clear enough, though.
Don't sound bad, does it?
No.
No smoke back here. Windows are wedged. All right.
But that's all it's living off of is
Yeah.
what I'm spraying.
We don't want to run it too long. That pulley was rattling up against that crank pulley. I guess we want to see if we can get some fresh fuel to that fuel pump, see if that fuel pump works, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that would work.
If we get some fuel pumped up to it, we're probably going to have to pull that carburetor off and clean it, but see if the fuel pump works first, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I highly doubt you want to ride up underneath the hood spraying carb cleaner the whole way home.
I'd hate to, but if it gets it home.
We've probably done dumber stuff, ain't we? Hopefully this fuel pump's good, because I'm pretty sure every truck we looked at up there at Pickers had a fuel pump that we didn't grab. Which we don't want to run this too long until we get all that cooling system hooked back up. Gonna have to have ice scrape. Ready?
Yep. There it goes.
That tight to fender loose. You want to just run it with the carb cleaner until it pumps out some, I guess.
Yeah, probably so.
It's gonna make a mess, but there we go. Let's try it out, I guess, huh?
We're popping.
Really?
Yep.
Look pretty nasty or look pretty good? Is it just a fuel?
It's drinkable.
Must have a little bit in the line.
Yeah.
Let's
Keep
try
going.
just a little bit
Okay.
longer.
To get some
Said-
fresh.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to run it too long, but I just want to know we've got a good feed there. Good?
Yeah.
Let's hook it back up to the carburetor and see what the next problem is. Yeah, it ain't bad at all. Really makes me wonder what the actual, you know, tank and stuff would be like. Because I'm not sure, one of those old Dodges up there had a plastic fuel tank underneath it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. If that was the case, it might not be as bad as it could be. We've got fuel right there, so it'll fill that bowl quick. It may sit here and run now.
I hope so.
Do not let us forget to tighten that distributor up though,
Right.
if it's good.
It's all yours. I didn't spray any that last second.
I ain't gonna push it too much. It's running now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's idling on its own. We're gonna have to get this coolant system hooked all back up. Then where we can actually rev it real good and run it longer and be sure everything, yeah, fine tune it all. So we went ahead and got our new radiator installed, all of our hoses, the belt, the alternator that we pick up from pickers, and was almost at the point to trying to crank this thing up and trying out the transmission when we noticed we had some water leaking from underneath the truck. So it's really hard to tell, but back behind this alternator there, it's coming out of a freeze plug in the head. And not only is it coming out up front here, it appears that we're also leaking pretty good out of the back. And I don't know if that's one where you're gonna have to pull the transmission away from it to replace it, but at this point I guess we'll pull the alternator back off, check out replacing that freeze plug, and just lay eyes on that back one to kind of determine what it's gonna take to get that one fixed as well. Yep, there it is. She's rusted out.
What this one feels like.
So, trying to get this light just right for you guys. You can see that little freeze plug right there. Daddy, you want to hold this light for me real quick?
Yep.
Just right there. That freeze plug right here has a little bitty hole about the size of the end of a pencil. Right in the middle of it. And so we're going to have to try to pop this out and get a new freeze plug in that one. And then back here on this back one, could you tell on it?
It's on the head, right there, but it's got, I can feel about at the very bottom of the, it's got a hole in it about like that one right there in the bottom of the freeze plug.
So on the back side of the driver's side head, same spot, just on the back side of that one, it's going to have a hole in it just like this one too. So at least they're in a spot that we can get at. They're a little tedious sometimes getting them out. We'll probably go with maybe like an expandable one. We'll just honestly go with what they've got available in stock. But there's no way at this point we'll be able to drive this truck home with it leaking like it is. And hopefully once we get those fixed, we don't have other ones that pop their dirty head up and start leaking and cause this truck to run hot on us. So we were able to get both of these freeze plugs removed from the heads. Luckily they were the ones up top, but that back one really gave us trouble on getting it out. Once we got them out, they were just super rough shape. So we were able to go to the parts store and pick up some rubber expandable ones, got those put in place, and now we should be good. We went ahead and just rigged up a bigger temporary tank inside, so hopefully once this truck runs, we'll actually be able to move it down the road without running out of gas. Was you turning the distributor?
Yeah.
Sounds like it's got a cam in it, don't it? Something don't seem right. Surgeon.
We got a leak somewhere.
Bloody big time.
I think it's the thermostat housing.
Really?
Yep.
Of course it is. I think that's one of the few things we didn't mess with.
Because I could see it was getting really wet right in there, and I thought I seen it kind of bubble there, but
try it again. What is it?
it's hitting that fan shroud. I was just scared it was fixing to throw something up and slap me in the face.
It's flooding it like crazy too. I don't understand what's causing it to flood out like it is.
But it never did leak again after.
It's not leaking now?
Mm-mm.
Huh. Maybe it was just that bolt then. What's hitting the shroud? Down low there where it's low?
Yep.
That or?
I could see it hitting it. It was hitting this side over here of it.
Enough to be dripping, I mean down on the ground.
Yeah, like I said, it dried up right up here where it was pouring
Must have
water.
been just that little extra bit it needed on that thermostat housing. It's not running the greatest, but I think it would make itself home. I'm hoping that it'll only get to running better though.
Right.
Whoa, that's built up pressure.
Yeah, that builds up pressure.
Wasn't expecting that. I'm glad it wasn't hot. Why do you think it built up that much pressure so fast? Sounding pretty good. I think if you spray some carb cleaner down through there while I rev it,
Right.
it's already starting to clean up a lot. that's better than it ran brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that shroud every once in a while. Wonder if any of the gauges work. Doesn't look like our charging gauge.
You want me to try to fine tune that
Distributor?
distributor just a little bit more?
Yeah. I don't know that we're charging. Right there, yeah. Sounds pretty stinking good. Move those where you could hear it, but it's done wedged up underneath the light. I guess we want to jack it up and see if it'll go in gear. Or I could.
I'd like to see it. I guess I can check the fluid right now, see where it's at on.
Yeah. Showing anything?
Let's see.
I don't think this has a temperature gauge. I just think it has like a
Hot, not.
yeah.
Barely on the stick, but it is on the stick.
I'm gonna try the brake pedal just to see.
Maybe.
It feels like there's something. There's fluid in it. I'm just gonna try to put it in gear and I'll be ready to kill it if it, so stand to the side. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's something. Got to do something with that shroud.
Yeah. I want to see if it'll move. But I don't think these tires are going to be what I want to drive home on.
Right.
Let's try to get some different sets of wheels and tires on here and then just see if it'll actually move. I think it's going to move and stop. So if we were going to try to make any kind of trip home in this truck, we were first going to have to address these old and dry rotted tires. So we went ahead and pulled them all off the truck. Now it appears that the brakes seem to be working on this truck, but after looking at the calipers, the rotors, and the drums on this thing, I just really don't see any way that they possibly are. So we pulled off the old tires. I went ahead and freshened up these wheels with just a coat of paint to make it look a little better. Got some brand new rubber on it. And at this point, we know the tires are going to make the trip. We just have no idea if the truck is. Guess I'll try to see if it goes forward.
Alrighty.
The brakes are somewhat working. We're just trying to get it out?
I think so.
You gonna check the fluid once we get out?
Yeah.
And I don't know how they got it in here. I think we have to move some stuff over here. Hey, I don't know if it just... Where? It went into neutral. We're gonna have to add some fluid. was pulling and then it just stopped. I would think at least 2 of them.
Probably had enough down in there to go through the motions at first, and then
We should idle down a little bit. No leaks of any kind. I'm gonna go in there and shift it through the gears.
okay.
Go in gear for just a second and then it just...
Yeah, it's barely any on the stick.
Which there's no telling how much they lost when they had the radiator off, with it having the cooler in it. I hear a little bit of a ticking, but I think it's maybe coming from that alternator.
Yeah, I was noticing I can hear it further up than back in here. So I guess
That's
probably.
that shroud still. Ooh, that didn't sound good. They're getting closer.
Yeah, we're at least on the stick now. We still need
Couple more.
at least one more. Tick and stop.
I was about to say, I bent down. They couldn't tell if it's a truck blocking it or what.
So either something that was chipped off, or
Huh, well, that's good. Sounds a lot better, don't it?
yeah.
Man, it must have a bad U-joint or something. I hope it's that, not the transmission. Golly. That thing sure shits hard, but I don't know if it's because it's idled up too high too.
We're about 1/8 of an inch from being completely full, so we should be good. Yeah, I noticed it kind of lunges when it.
That sounds better, don't it?
Yep.
Should be able to make it out now. Golly.
Something we'll definitely have to.
I think we're gonna have to move this stuff. Maybe?
Yeah, the truck's in pretty good shape, so if you have to put a crease in it, it won't hurt it too bad.
I can't believe the brakes are working. Is that good?
Yeah, you're gonna have to go backwards now.
Power steering's working.
You can come on out now.
Think so?
Yep.
Woo! Man, need to look at that U-joint. Clear?
You're clear.
First time it's seen much light in 15 years, huh? Hope I don't get stuck. Well guys, she's made it out of the barn where we can look at it a little better. On this other side here, it's actually in even better shape than I thought it would be. You can tell this thing has been sitting in there forever though. This old paint job's pretty nasty on it. But man, the sheet metal is just in such good shape. So we did get some new tires on here, and in Texas, this is what we call tater diggers. So we should be able to make it home on them tires, no problem at all. Once again, I love this old camper. I think this needs to stay on the truck. Just has a cool look to it. We'll probably go up underneath the hood here, just make sure everything's buttoned up on our fluid levels, make sure that transmission fluid's the way it needs to be. Hopefully we don't have any other freeze plugs that gives us any problems, and we'll be able to make it home without it getting hot. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The brakes seem to be working, so obviously I'm going to be a little bit carefuler on those. Definitely not trying to hit them at the last minute, just to be sure that they last us. Inside here, we've got our old faithful gas tank here that's just running down to the factory fuel pump. Still got all the mess of everything else inside here of just what's been left in the trunk. Probably going to need to get this windshield cleaned off, because I doubt there's any way I'm going to be able to see through it on the way home. So load up all of our tools, clean that windshield, and hit the road. Running great. Got some old dual exhaust with glass packs on it. Sounds pretty good though. Got that good old farm truck sound. Got a decent little ways home, but we're gonna try to take back roads for the most part, just because we're really not sure how well this thing's gonna do. I wish we had some more working gauges. The fuel tank's right here, and I'm going to try to make it to a gas station just to be sure we're good to make it all the way home, so I can keep an eye on our fuel at least. Ooh. I don't know what that was between second gear, but we are in second gear. Third gear. Handling pretty good. We've got a bad transmission mount or something. Ooh, that does not sound good. We've got a really bad U-joint or a bad transmission mount or something on this thing. Come on, girl. Bucking like a bull. I guess it is a Dodge Ram. Just gonna try to take it slow and easy. And we'll have to figure that out once we get back to the shop.
once it shifts out, it seems to run great. It's just when it's downshifting or in the lower gears, it kind of bucks a little bit. I'm afraid we're about to run out of gas though. I think we're getting running on fumes pretty soon here. Bad thing is we probably lack another 5 miles. Go ahead and try to make it.
Feel the cup be the deepest. Yeah, we're hacking the game, don't underestimate us. Yeah, still got the lions, they roaring inside. We claim our power, we're ready to fight. Showing our colors, we're coming alive.
Come on, baby, there's a few more miles. Might want to be in front, I'll probably run out of gas soon. Let's try to go just straight to that gas station, any shortcuts you could take.
Even on the highway?
Yeah. If we make it, it's going to be nothing less than a miracle, because I see no fuel in that. Ooh, we got to use the brakes in. And I'm glad I had them.
We got the edge.
We're not but about a block from the station there. Good old rolling stop. Hey, transmission's shifting great now. Didn't buck or anything. Well, there it is a little bit. Ugh. It's like when you let off the gas, it kind of starts bucking. Just don't let off the gas, huh? We actually made it. This is going to be interesting, making it all the way to Pagoda, though, with it drinking fuel that quick. Fill up every jug we got, I guess. Probably get some looks pumping gas inside the truck rather than outside. That thing is drinking fuel like crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't see any more left in it at all. So we may want to, I'll have to open that door. We may want to fill that up in any kind of jug we can find at this point. Because it likes to drink the gas.
That's crazy. That's 5 gallons of gas.
I know.
I
mean, and it ain't leaking out anywhere.
Less than 3 miles, or about 4 miles maybe at the most.
I mean, I don't know. I'll check the oil, make sure for some reason it ain't pumping some into the block, but.
That's just crazy. I can't imagine it running at all if it's running that stinking rich.
It's running great. Maybe we shouldn't have shut the hood. There it goes. Thermostat's leaking a little bit still.
Look fine? Hot?
Hot.
I say it's running great. It'll kind of start bucking every once in a while, like we've got a bad mount or something. No, that's right on the money.
Yeah,
It's just drinking a lot of gas for some reason. Well, we'll fill it up and head back. So we pretty much tried to find every empty container we could to fill up with fuel at this point. Ended up costing us over $40 worth of gas just to try to make it home. So at this point, we're just going to load her down, get in the truck, and hope for the best. Try this again. I honestly thought we'd have trouble with it getting hot. Never in my wildest dreams did I think it'd be running out of fuel. At this point, just ain't got no choice but make it as far as we can and refuel if we got to. Come on, girl. Quit your bucking. We got a long ways to go. Well guys, I have to say that this thing has made an awesome transformation. When we decided to try to see if we could get this truck up and running, let alone drive it back to the shop, I really had no idea of how this was all going to work out. Now that we've got her up and running good, I'd definitely say this old farm truck is living up to its full potential. Now at the time, me and Dad couldn't quite figure out why in the world this thing was drinking so much fuel. But once we got it back to the shop, it was very evident that we were just taking fuel from our temporary gas tank and pumping it into our factory one. So now we've got that addressed, and she's actually running all on her original fuel system. On the exterior of this truck, she's actually cleaned up really well. Once we got her rinsed off at the car wash, we got her back to the shop and hit it with our boiled linseed treatment, which really brought these colors back to life. We were able to clean out the bed of the truck as well as vacuum out the interior, and I have to say, this truck's in pretty good shape. With that being said, if any of you guys are interested in this truck, we'll be listing it on eBay, and we'll put the link in the description as well as a pinned comment on this video. So be sure you guys click on over, check out that link. Let us know in the comments of what you would do with this truck if it was yours. We hope that you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out our Restored channel as well, and we'll see you on the next one.